Welcome to Fringe Fanatics with Chad Lee and Chris Zane.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. It is episode 157 of Fringe Fanatics Sports Podcast. I am Chris Zane.
I am Chad Lee. Thank you for tuning in.
Yes, thank you all. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure to go like, share, subscribe, and follow us on all things social media. Make sure to be a friend, tell a friend. And like we mentioned last week, you can now see popping up there, we have our Twitter handles, or X handles, if you will. Feel free to reach out, hit us up. Tell us you hate us, tell us you love us. Ask a question, do something, get involved. But we are back, and it's going to be a little bit of a shorter show because we got Thanksgiving weekend happen. Chad's got a potluck to do tomorrow.
Yep.
I had a meeting that ran long. Otherwise, you would be getting a full-length show. But we are here, and it is happening right now. Thank you all for joining us. Chad, how in the heck have you been?
Been good. Yeah,
Fantastic.
We had a good weekend. We kind of chilled out. We dog sat on Saturday, so that was kind of
cool. How'd that go with Juno?
It went well. She's just kind of sat in her ways, so she didn't really mind. She just kind of... She's a loner.
Yeah.
Didn't really affect her too much.
Lone wolf.
Yep. One of our friends from Don's, they were moving, so we watched little Butters. Yeah.
Oh, Butters.
Yeah,
that's
cute.
the one that's kind of like Little Man, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember you talking about him last week.
Yeah. It's a cool dog. And yeah, we pretty much had him all day Saturday, so that was fun. Then Sunday, we actually stayed here to watch the Chiefs game. Probably a good thing because my emotions were all over the place.
Well, it went well, though, at least.
Well, it did finish well, but yeah, I was cursing and cussing quite a bit.
A little hairy there,
Yeah, but yeah, we stayed in to kind of pack up all of our Halloween stuff. So we'll be getting the Christmas stuff out here pretty soon.
Yeah, that's the beautiful part about this time of the year. It's, okay, get rid of some and then put some up.
Yeah, I think we're going to hold off on putting much of the Christmas stuff up. I think since we'll be going back, I think I'm just going to be putting the tree up, just keeping it light.
Oh, you guys are going back to Missouri? Or are you going to Parsons?
We'll be going back to Parsons,
Both?
and then we'll be going back to Missouri.
Nice.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. It'll be good to get to see everybody, but...
Oh, yeah.
On the weekend, we did watch a really cool documentary that I just have to tell the world about. Everybody needs to see it. It's now on Amazon Prime, so you don't have to rent it or anything. I guess I take that back. You do have to rent it, but it is on Prime. It's called The Age of Disclosure. To me, it's the best UFO documentary out there because of the evidence they lie out there, where it's not just like, oh, let's go to Roswell and show all this kind of stuff, where it's like ancient aliens and they got all these guys talking. It's actual evidence showing where the government has, it's basically a cover-up story, where the government's been covering up the secret agencies they've had about UAPs. It goes into the legacy program, how it's made up of thousands of people. They spent billions of dollars on it. There's super high elected officials speaking on this documentary, really risking their lives for it because of the amount of people that's kind of been targeted when it comes to speaking out about this stuff. And it is pretty much, like I said, the best evidence that we are not alone. And there's a lot of people that expect since it came out on last Thursday, I think it was.
Yeah.
It won't be long before the president is going to be making an announcement that, like, we do have aircraft from non-human entities and we need to explore this technology. And it's insane, dude. It blew my mind. It's stuff that, like, I've been into for a long time, but see it all. Dan Farrar was the director of it, and he's the one that kind of helped put it all together. Everybody's probably heard of, like, the Tic Tac video.
Yeah, that's a big one.
That's a big one. They interview Commander Graves and David Grush, and I think Commander Grush, not David Grush. But yeah, they all these guys that were the pilots filming this stuff, and then they show the footage of them in Congress testifying about all this stuff. I can't recommend enough. It's nuts.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I mean, I love stuff like that, and I mean, when COVID happened, they kind of just soft rolled out that they're like, yeah, we know about aliens. And then everybody was just like, oh shit, they certainly know about aliens now. So yeah, I've been waiting for, a full rollout in terms of what actually is going on, and I'm not surprised, to say the least.
No, definitely.
What was the name of it one more time?
The Age of Disclosure.
The Age of Disclosure.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
You guys watched that this weekend, you said?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
What are you doing aside from that? This weekend.
Well,
Sorry.
This weekend.
Yeah. No, this last weekend is what I meant
last
to say.
weekend. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, after the game on, we went to State House. We watched the Rams game. What else did we watch? Damn, we just really kind of chilled and didn't really do a whole lot. Really, we just kind of.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no. Work's been so busy for the both of us. We kind of really needed that. So that was pretty nice. But it was nice to kind of get all the Halloween stuff put up.
Yeah, get rid of that.
Dude, it just feels like the house has opened up a lot more.
Yeah, you don't realize until after the fact. You're like, oh man, we've basically taken away the majority of our living space.
Yes. Yeah. We got a lot of space, but it is nice that it's like it's all taken care of now.
Oh, that's good, man.
Yeah.
Well, what else? Is there anything else from this weekend?
No, that's
it?
pretty much about it.
That's fair enough. I
Yep.
appreciate that. My weekend, let's see. We've been watching, I don't know if you've seen it on Netflix. There is the show, The Haunted Mansion.
Mm-mm.
It's an animated show.
Oh, wow.
And it's made by the creators of Rick and Morty.
Oh, okay.
And it's like an adult animated
Dan
show.
Harmon?
I don't know if it's Dan Harmon. I don't know for sure. I'm assuming he may be involved. But it's got Will Arnett and
oh man, now I know what you're talking about. So we did try that one.
You didn't like it?
I thought it was really. Yeah, I couldn't get into it.
Really?
I just didn't really think it was too
we
fun.
got through the second episode, and the little demon character that's supposed to look like Damien, like he becomes like the best part of the show.
Okay.
We ended up watching majority of that. That one was pretty good.
Nice.
We also watched The Perfect Neighbor.
Oh man, I've really been wanting to check that out. That
You
looks
should.
insane.
Yeah.
That neighbor
Pretty
just
wild.
seems like the worst.
She's not the perfect neighbor.
No,
Yeah.
not at all. A lot of irony in the title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we finished that, and we did finish that Haunted Mansion show. So I would recommend it. I think it was pretty funny. If you kind of like Bob's Burgers, if you like, like I said, Rick and Morty, I think it's a pretty funny show. But then Perfect Neighbor, pretty wild. That lady's just
She sounds like
she's a real winner.
I say even just because I watched the trailer of it, and
Yeah.
sounds like she's the queen of Karens, probably.
Basically, yeah. I mean, the majority of it is her just bitching about
Yeah.
like kids living
Right,
and
they're just
enjoying
kids,
life,
you know?
And it's like, if you're that mad about it, move.
Mm-hmm.
But no, that's not what happened. And somebody ends up dying. Not to spoil it,
Jeez.
but somebody does die in that, and it's not the perfect
Did she
neighbor.
kill him?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn. I need to watch it.
Yeah, I would recommend watching it. It'll throw you for a loop. Because, I mean, at no point do you really feel bad for this lady.
Mm-hmm.
And then the more and more it goes on, you're like, I feel bad for the people that live around
Oh,
this
no,
lady.
totally.
You know what I mean?
From the
Like-
trailer, I feel so bad, you know?
Yeah, she's not a winner, but you know what? It is what it is. I would recommend watching it. It does it shows you, like, both sides of everything, like everybody else around her and then just her, and they give you like police body cam footage of like the multiple times they were called over there, and she doesn't do much to really make you feel any sort of sympathy for her, unfortunately for her. But that was pretty good. Other than that, let me think what else I did this weekend. I mean, the Broncos didn't play, so I didn't really have that. Saturday I did. There was a lot of sports on Saturday. We did watch the UFC fight. That was
Saturday
pretty good.
was pretty cool, man. There was a lot going on.
That was pretty good.
That, then the race at night.
Yeah.
And the Nuggets played around 6
Yep.
or something, 7 or something like that.
I think the Avalanche even played.
Yeah.
So there's a lot
Still
going
winning.
on. Still winning. 9-game winning streak. So let's see if that continues. But yeah, that's about it. I'm trying to think of what else happened. Not much. Just getting ready for Thanksgiving.
That's right.
Getting ready to give thanks for all things. You
gotta
know
be
what I
grateful.
mean? Indeed, we got it. You must be grateful. Otherwise, what are you doing?
We've got a lot to be grateful for.
That is true. Well, it is that time of the show. Let's get into some headlines. Get your headlines. We've got the NFL coming at you hot and heavy.
Are you ready for some football?
Yeah, you should be.
It's football, bro.
You should be ready for some football, indubitably.
Who's giving them the business?
Well, it's Monday night and we're ready to strike. Our special
Well,
forces
last
are in full flight.
last night ended
We're coming by
pretty
air and
entertainingly
around.
for some people. I mean, it's par for the course from the spitting and all those things, but we'll get into that in a little
Getting
bit.
punched in the nuts.
Yeah, getting
Last night's
cast to
game
the
was
nut.
super boring, and it was unfortunate. I don't know why they put the Panthers on prime time. They should have known better.
Well, yeah, I mean, they were doing all right. They were tied for first in their
Yeah.
division for
They
a
had
little
some
bit.
injuries happen that kind of hurt them.
Yeah, they definitely did. But yeah, let's get into it a little bit
right.
here. Starting out, we got the games of the week. And who are we starting with this week, Chad?
Let's go to. Oh damn, that one didn't load.
Oh,
Let's go to the. Let's just get mine out of the way. The Chiefs and Colts one, and then we'll finish it up with that.
Well, that's a big
just the
one for
first
you,
tab I
right?
had
You
open.
know?
Yeah, they held Daniel Jones to 181 yards. More importantly, I was really pumped that they held Jonathan Taylor to 58 yards rushing. I mean, 27 of that came on just one run. So, I mean, for most of the game, I mean, they really bottled him up. He was stifled to 3.6 yards per carry. But the story of the game is Andy Reid finally breaking his habits and running the ball.
Run that damn ball, Andy.
I was begging for it the past 10. Every Chiefs fan has been. But yeah, they gave Kareem Hunt 30 carries for 104 yards. I was hoping to see this stat somewhere, but I didn't anytime this week. But we had a 100-yard rusher. I can't think of the last time we did. I want to say maybe Isaiah Pacheco, maybe like his rookie year.
Yeah.
But I mean, it wasn't looking good. They were up 20-9 going into the fourth quarter, and Spags really figured out Daniel Jones and that offense. And I think really what made a big difference is Shane Steichen getting super conservative. I mean, he punted on the Kansas City 45 at one point, down like late in the fourth quarter. And I mean, I know he's worried that if he doesn't go for it, it could be dangerous. But I mean, if you do get it, it's pretty much
huge.
game over.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, they just got stopped in the red zone 3 different times. It was getting super frustrating where they kicked 3 field goals, I think within the 20-yard line. I think 2 of them were within the 10. The play calling is just driving me insane. I don't know what's going on. I never really thought I would kind of be so frustrated with Andy Reid and Matt Nagy, but a lot of it, and I think Tony Romo pointed it out, this was a game where I didn't really mind Tony Romo on the call.
Of course.
Well,
I mean, I just feel like he is a little bit of a Mahomes homer.
no, it's not that. It's just because he didn't make any kind of groaning, moaning noises like he's climaxing.
Jim.
There he goes. But I mean, yes, he's been known to be biased, but this time I feel like he kind of held off on that, and more importantly, he called out Mahomes like he should be, and was mentioning over and over again how Mahomes was flying through his reads and not seeing the open guy. I don't know what's going on with Mahomes' head. I think he needs to stop doing commercials or just whatever, man. Just like get back to the basics and get back to like what you know, because it's like what we criticize Bo Nix so much for, where he scrambles out of the pocket or he makes quick decisions when if he just sat comfortably in the pocket, then, you know, he would do all right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and then, I mean, the Colts had that opportunity in the fourth quarter with the fumble recovery to effectively have a chance to put the game away and did nothing. Well, I don't know. I honestly think at this point that the Colts will be lucky to win 2 of the last few games that are remaining. And at this point, they're going to kind of put themselves out of the top 3 in the AFC. And I don't know. I don't know if they're going to make it as far as everybody hoped. I do kind of think they are like the darling story of the NFL this year.
The Jim Irsay story is really cool. I do like that a lot. How everybody's been bringing in the guitar, taking turns with it each game. That's
cool,
pretty
yeah.
cool. Yeah.
I also love what his daughter does. I mean, let's not
she's awesome.
move past that. She's out there on the sideline every single game. She's taking notes.
Yeah.
She wants to know what's happening, why plays are being called, who's responsible for what. And it's nice just to see that type of, accountability from an owner.
Hey, bitch, you owe me a Coke. I think it's awesome because when she was asked about it, that's what she said. She was like, there's a lot of times when players are blamed for maybe a certain play, but then when you're on the headset and you understand the play call that was, called in that time, maybe it wasn't the right play called and it was the coach's
It's your coach's fault, yeah.
Or vice versa.
Yeah.
Maybe the player ran the wrong route. So being able to hold the right person accountable instead of just like some teams, I mean, you look at the Raiders, I mean, they've already fired their defensive coordinator, their offensive coordinator, who was the highest paid offensive coordinator and brought in by Tom Brady. And I mean, there was a post I saw that was like, this is a bad situation here for the NFL and mainly for the Raiders because they don't have any incentive to win. They're valued at $7.7 billion, and everybody that's filling up that stadium is other people's teams. And so Mark Davis is making money, but there was a picture of him during that game
talking
where they
to
were
those
getting
chicks.
He was laughing his ass off. He doesn't care if they lose anymore. I mean,
they're also one of the most cash-strapped teams because they don't have the ownership being a family. It was kind of like what we had going on before the Walter Penner group came in. Walter Penner, I'm sorry. And with Pat Bowlen, they were effectively handcuffed because he only had so much money that he was worth that he could put on the line. And that was why, like, in the early 90s, he got in trouble with skirting the the salary cap because he was like finding ways around it. There was stuff like that going on, and it just, I don't know. I know they're valued at that, but at the same time, we're talking about the Raiders. It's mainly the stadium. You know what I mean?
but that's just it. That was the whole point of it, was the fact that the stadium is one that the city's paying for. Yeah. So he doesn't really have to put up his money. So it doesn't, they could keep losing for the next 10 years. And it's not like because every team's going to go in to fly in to watch the Raiders get beat.
That's true.
He doesn't care. It's almost like
it's going to be like in LA where the Chargers, it's like a home game for all the traveling teams.
Yeah, and it is. Yeah, so it's pretty nuts. But yeah, that's aside, of course, from the Colts and Chiefs games. But yeah, it did go into overtime, and Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy really stepped up, made some big plays, and they will be playing Thanksgiving night.
Yeah, we got the Thanksgiving Day. We got the Thanksgiving Day games coming up. We'll run down those real quick. But let's move on to the next game of the week, and that's going to be the Eagles at the Cowboys. And this is a game that I think the Eagles were pretty sure they had won.
Yep.
And they get 24 unanswered points scored on them to lose 21-24. Against their nemesis, the Cowboys.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy because the Cowboys really did everything they could to prevent the comeback. I mean, they kept getting fumbles. Saquon Barkley fumbled the ball. Jalen Hurts fumbled the ball. And then they couldn't capitalize on any of it. Jalen Turpin, or I think it's Cavante Turpin, fumbled the ball early on and couldn't do, the Eagles weren't able to do anything with it, and I just can't believe like the way they folded at the end of it. They shut out the Eagles in the second half.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like after the scoring that they had, it was just like non-existent. And I see a lot of the Philly fans saying it's not all on, Jalen Hurts, but who are you going to blame here? I mean, you guys got Saquon Barkley, who led the league in rushing last year, A.J. Brown, who everybody has, up there in at least the top.
He finally made some good plays. He caught some deep balls, too.
Yeah, and to lose a game like that when the NFC at this point is more of a toss-up than the AFC in my mind, just because I feel like it's more top-heavy, whereas the AFC is more middle-heavy. There's not too many teams that are heads and heads and shoulders above the rest, especially with the way the Rams have been playing, how San Francisco's coming on. The NFC is going to be tough to come out of, and I just think the Eagles really spit the bit, so to speak, losing that game. And I don't know, is that the type of game that's a backbreaker moving forward? Is that one that just kind of shatters any sort of like continuity you have going and breaks you for the rest of the season?
It really could be. I mean, they've got a couple big games coming up, and to lose to the Cowboys like that, I mean, we've already seen the turmoil that's in the locker room in that team, and for them to perform like that in the second half is not good. And I mean, Saquon Barkley, this has been the story over the last like 10 weeks. He has not had a home run this whole year. He's finished with 22 yards on 10 carries, 2.2 yards per carry. Absolutely insane. I mean, this is something where we weren't used to seeing. And then this afternoon, I saw this video on Instagram where it was like Saquon just hit the hole, and it was one of those plays where he's running to the left and he has a huge hole that he normally last year would have probably taken for 60 yards.
Yeah.
But instead he just takes it all the way to the sideline and then it goes for nothing. And I'm just kind of shocked, like he's running like this. I don't get it.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense.
No.
But again, you look at their record and you look at the output they have, and it really doesn't make sense as a whole either.
No.
I mean, they're leading, or they were up there at the top of the NFC, and yet they are at the bottom of the majority of the statistical categories. So
Yeah.
it's been confusing to say the least, but in this game, Dak Prescott shows out 23 of 36, 354 yards, 2 touchdowns, does have an interception. Javonte Williams continues his resurgence over there in Dallas. 20 carries, 87 yards. He also gets 2 catches for 14 yards. Not a bad game from him, but it's been the George Pickens show as of late too, which has been surprising to me, with CeeDee Lamb supposedly being the number 1, and now they go out, bring in George Pickens, and this guy, I saw a video, he got tackled by his hang down. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good.
No.
You never want to get tackled by your hang down.
Yeah.
But he did that, and he's still, balling out. 9 receptions, 146 yards, 1 touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, 4 receptions, 75 yards. But, yeah, America's team, as much as I hate that, they showed out this weekend.
Yeah, they really did. Their offense is humming right now. George Pickens, it looks like the better receiver than CeeDee Lamb, because CeeDee had a couple bad drops. And then more importantly, we all talk so much shit on Jerry Jones because of the...
Is he a genius?
Yes. Moves he made preseason and then right at the beginning of the season as well. And then you look at it, Quentin Williams has just been balling out for them. He has made such a big difference. The game before, he had like 5 pressures in that game, his best game of the year, better than any of the games, and he was on when he was with the Jets.
Yeah.
And then Malik Hooker's been playing great. Now they've got a few guys back that were hurt, and that's really been making a big difference for them. That's why one of the Chiefs podcasts I was listening to is like, oh, the Cowboys defense is Swiss cheese. I won last week for our pick'ems at work.
Yeah.
And then this week I tied for first and then lost to the tiebreaker with the total score. But in it, I had the Cowboys picked to beat the Eagles in this because their defense has been improving huge, because they got DeMarvian Overshawn back, and he had 4 solo tackles in this one. He's been playing great. Izarike, he's been playing awesome. They got Logan Wilson from the Bengals, and he's been playing better than when he was on the Bengals. So, yeah, I'm pretty scared of this team, to be honest.
Yeah, and you've got a big game coming up against them on Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Yeah. So, what's your thoughts on that?
I don't feel good about it, to be honest. So Rashee Rice kind of banged up his hammy, and we need him.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, and I think the biggest kicker is we're probably going to be without Trey Smith because he hurt his ankle in that game. And that is who will be blocking Quentin Williams. So if Mike Caliendo's out there, I think it might be better if his long-lost brother Frank Caliendo does an impression of Trey Smith out there. Because, it's Mike's great. He's a good guy, but not quite the guard that Trey Smith is, because we were running the ball pretty good in that Colts game, but as soon as he got hurt,
that's the thing. Everybody was saying, "Oh, Andy's running the ball for once."
Yeah, but once Trey Smith got hurt, we started averaging more like 1 or 2 yards per carry.
That's unfortunate, but I mean, we'll see. I do think it's going to be the best game of Thanksgiving.
Well, we got Joe Burrow coming back. That
Joe
could be
Burrow,
good.
yeah.
And the Ravens are barely beating anybody.
I almost thought we should make Joe Burrow the daily dose of excellence, just because. Why, dude? Stop.
I just still get it, dude.
Just call it just give up on this season.
He had a pretty funny comment today at a press conference where he said, I remember being a kid watching Matt Stafford out there throwing 300-400 yards
and then losing.
Megatron and then losing.
I saw that as well. That was how a lot of our Thanksgivings went growing up. It's just like, how are the Lions going to lose this one?
And now look at it. When Stafford's on the Rams, the MVP, throwing no-look passes on Sunday night.
Yeah, he's
no-look passes, touchdowns, dude.
Yeah,
he's playing out of his mind.
He's Staffording about, and I don't blame him for it. He's got Devontae Adams over there, and they are looking like a match made in heaven,
dude.
To say the least.
That whole team is a wagon, man. I wish the Chiefs would draft like they did and just get premier D-line and then build out from there.
Well, it's like we've been saying for a long time. I just wish most NFL teams would realize you build from the trenches out.
Yes.
If you can dominate in the defensive line or on the offensive line, you are going to have a way easier time with mediocre people than trying to find a home run back or the number one best wide receiver ever.
And
that's
a bunch of dudes. Good point. And that's going to lead after this next game to my daily dose of excellence, because I think we're watching the best defensive player since
we
LT.
are, and it just sucks that he took a whole bunch of money over some glory, I guess, because he ends up getting paid.
That's why I don't know how anybody could trade for him. It's there's no way.
There's no way you can afford it now. Yeah.
But let's cover this last NFC game. It was kind of surprising. The Giants and Jameis Winston.
Dude, that's going to lead right into mine.
Yeah.
The Giants, I don't understand what's going on.
They got Mike Kafka, man, and they've got Jameis, and they almost beat the Lions.
And if it wasn't for Jahmyr Gibbs scoring 90 points against me in the fantasy this week.
That's right. Who did you play in fantasy this week, Chris?
I played you, and I believe 2 of your players scored almost 100 points.
Yes.
Yeah, that was very upsetting. And I was like, the sad part is, it was probably one of the better weeks my team has had.
I know.
I got like 130 points. I was like, all right.
Points.
And then Chad, 187 or some shit. I was just like, damn it.
And you were even talking smack on Thursday.
I had to say something. I had to say something, God forbid.
Oh, yeah. Jahmyr Gibbs proves why he's one of the best backs in the league. Goes off for 219 yards. And he only had 15 carries. So he averaged 14.6.
Yeah, and then what, he had like 70 yards receiving or something like that? I know he ended up like 280.
45 yards receiving.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
11 receptions too, man.
That's the killer right there, was the 11 receptions.
PPR points, man.
Damn it.
It was great.
Yeah, but I mean,
does it make you feel any better? I was playing against him in the QXO league. So
well, good. I'm glad he hurt you and also helped you.
Yeah.
In this game, though, Jared Goff did not look good. He was 28 of 42, 279 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Jahmyr Gibbs, though, it doesn't matter.
Just give the ball to him. Yeah.
And then also, let's not forget Amon St. Ra with 149 yards receiving as well as a touchdown. That pretty much would lead you to believe that they blew out the Lions, but no.
Yeah.
The Lions made this a game, ended up tying it, and if it wasn't for Jahmyr Gibbs and a huge breakaway run to seal this game, the Giants might have won.
Yeah, I mean, the Giants were that close to winning it. It was the Lions that needed to climb back in the last seconds, and all they could do was attempt a 59-yard field goal by Jake Bates, and of course, Jake Bates, former XFL, AF. We had a cool
all
story.
over the place.
Yeah.
CFL.
Hits a 59-yarder to send it to overtime. And then, first play of overtime, Jahmyr Gibbs goes off for that 69-yard run. And then, and Jameis and the Giants were starting to drive. I think they got down to the Lions, I think like 30 or 40-yard line, but then failed on a 4th and 10. So, but I mean, this team... I just don't get why teams don't give Jameis Winston a chance more often. I mean, he did
Let the
throw.
guy ball.
He's a gunslinger.
He stole crab legs.
Yep.
Leave him alone.
Yeah, throws for 366 yards, man.
Yeah. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception.
He'll always have an interception.
Yeah, he will. He's good at those. Never the 30-30 year. But the main reason why Jameis Winston is my daily dog
Dogs out!
was the amazing flea flicker pass from the tight end. I don't remember his name.
Gunnar Olszewski.
Gunnar Olszewski. Yes, what a wonderful name.
It is cool. And
Gunnar
you look at
Olszewski.
the last name, you look at how it's spelled, you would never guess
you'd
that.
never. Yeah, it's
like a Polish name.
it's Duke's coach Krzyzewski.
Oh, yeah, Mike Krzyzewski.
Mike Krzyzewski.
Yeah.
Which starts with a K.
Yep.
And sounds like a Krzyzewski.
The Polish.
Makes no sense, but he throws, I guess, a dime to Jameis Winston across the body,
lost it.
across the field. Jameis Winston goes up, gets the catch, and then hits him with a little shimmy shake, this spin, and makes it all the way into the end zone.
It was an awesome play.
Yes, it was an awesome play, and he probably ate a W there, although he didn't get one. But hell of a run for Jameis Winston. I just do love it. Everybody, I think, even outside of New York, thought, all right, Scatabo gone, Dart gone, it's over.
Yep.
But
Malik Neighbors.
What? Well, yeah, I mean, Malik was a while ago, though. But still, yes. Everybody that was good is gone, and what do we have left? Jameis Winston.
Yep.
And what does he do? He prays you guys to a damn victory.
Yeah, brings them to, and this was in Detroit, too. Normally, Detroit's really good at home.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yep.
I mean, it was the fact that the Detroit, I mean, and you look at where Detroit is right now, 7-4.
Yeah,
they're a
that's
wild
crazy.
Card team.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shocking, man. They got a huge game on Thanksgiving against the Packers.
When don't they?
Man, it's but it's just nuts. Like the past few years, there's always been at least 2 really crappy games. Because last year, I think they played the Cowboys and just demolished them.
Yep.
And so this year, I mean, this is a very pivotal game. I'm super stoked for it because I'll watch that before the Chiefs game. We're going to be going to Don's for the Chiefs game, having a little potluck there. And then, so the Lions, man. But what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, and hats off to Mike Kafka, man. He's hanging onions out there. When you're an interim coach, that's all you why go out there and play conservative? Because you know you're probably going to get replaced at the end of the year. So go hang onions.
Yeah, just let them all hang. Let it all hang out.
But that's all 3 of the games. Do we have any news to hit?
Yes, we do a little bit. There was a couple fired coordinators after this week's fun events of week 13. And the big one is Mr. Kelly has been fired from the Raiders. He was the highest paid offensive coordinator in the league, and he is let go less than a year into his reign as offensive coordinator.
Yeah, his offense ranked about 30th in every category. Tom Brady personally tried to bring him in, and it's insane. I mean, the Titans have only won 1 game this year. Somehow the Raiders, I think, have won 2, but it's the Raiders. If you've seen the last few games they've played, they are by far the worst team. I mean, it is such bad football that, I mean, there was a video of Max Crosby getting into an argument with like a linebacker, I think, on the sideline last week. I mean, that team is in shambles.
Geno Smith is flipping off the home field crowd.
He got fined for that. Yep. Like I said, that team is kind of built to lose in a sense.
Yeah, a little bit. And now there's people calling for
Pete Carroll's
head, and with Chip Kelly gone, and
It's
how much
inevitable.
money they're going to be paying Chip Kelly. And if you look at the Raiders and the amount of money they're paying people to not be there, it's astonishing.
I mean, you got to go to, I think, John
Gruden?
John Gruden, yep.
John Gruden was $90 million because he only coached not even a full year.
Yep.
So it's like $95 million they paid John Gruden just to sit at home
Yep.
and do crazy.
And he'll probably be coming back because he's going to lose that, or I mean, the NFL's going to lose that case.
Oh yeah, they're gonna get eaten alive on that one.
Yep.
But yeah, so pay attention to that. The other one was a defensive coordinator. Who was it?
Oh, Shane Bowen for the Giants.
Yes, Giants fired Shane Bowen after another collapse, which we brought up after Dable got fired.
Well, that's now 5 games they've lost in the fourth when they've had the lead in the fourth quarter.
That's the thing. After Dable got fired for it, if the defense gives up another game, you're gone. Yeah. And they did. Yeah. And the offense did everything they should have to win it. But you're going up against a better team. You're going up against a team who, as a whole, yourself, is just falling apart, hoping to make it through this season with what little, pride you have left. And they're struggling at this point. So Shane Bowen gone, Chip Kelly gone. Let's move on quickly to the NFL number 3 story. That would be Mr. Justin Tucker, the masseuse himself. Had a tryout this weekend. Things did not go well, though.
He lost it to Cage York.
He lost it to I think he was a UFL kicker, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so
pretty embarrassing for him.
Justin Tucker, keep rubbing it out, man. I hope I think you might be screwed.
I just don't see why he doesn't just go into trying to be an opera singer because
he was really good at that. From what
that
I've
was
heard.
like his thing. Yeah. So it's just like give up on football, man. You could go into opera and maybe change your name. No one will ever know.
Yeah. We'll see. But other news, Baker Mayfield hurt this weekend, had a shoulder injury, left the game. Teddy Bridgewater came in, looked horrible. Did you see any of that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he looked like he hadn't played football and had been coaching high school football for a few years, which he had been doing at his alma mater. But Mayfield, MRI comes back, not as bad as they think. I don't know if they said he was going to miss.
There's a sprained AC joint, but they say he's probably going to start this week.
I mean, is it his throwing shoulder? That would probably give you a pretty good indication.
It's his left shoulder.
Yeah, so he's okay.
Yep.
You can get away with that. You just put
they
one of
will
those
be taking on
crazy
the Cardinals this week, so I'm really torn on who to play. It's Daniel Jones against the Texans defense, who are like assassins out there.
Yeah.
Or it's Baker Mayfield's hobbled ass going up against the Cardinals.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We didn't really touch on it, but the Texans
beat the Bills. Yeah, last Thursday, man.
They embarrassed the Bills.
They sacked him more times than any other time in his career. I think 8?
Could be. I think it was 8. It was 8.
I think it was.
Yeah.
But, I mean, dude, the Chiefs
I think
played
Gino
them in 2
got sacked 10 times this week.
Oh, yes. We'll be talking about that next. Speaking of that, let's hit the Daily Dogs.
Yeah.
You already hit yours, so.
Yep.
Daily.
Mine is one that might be breaking records this year, and I sure hope he does because Michael Strahan's record is embarrassing the way he got it.
Damn you, Brett Favre!
Yep, it is the sack record. The Browns have played 12, no, not 12 games.
Yes, 12.
Yeah, 12 there. Yeah, no, 11 games.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
We're going into week 13. So they're 3-8, and they have the best defensive player, not just of the year, but
maybe
of all time. Aaron Donald, Lawrence Taylor, and then you'd have to go back to the old days of like Ray Nitschke. But this is insane. This guy's got 18 sacks already after 11 games, so they still have 6 more to play. The sack record is at 22.5. In this game, he had another 3 sacks and helped his team to get to 10 sacks against the Raiders. Like we said, this Raiders team is an embarrassment to the league. I mean, every time Gino was stepping back there, they were getting to him.
Yeah, I mean, the Broncos did it to him. He left that game hobbled, and then to go up against Cleveland a few weeks later, that is rough. Myles Garrett, I mean, you see him in press conferences, you see him on the field, it doesn't look fair.
He doesn't look, no.
It's like Wimby, but just instead of being freakishly tall, he's just a massive man.
Sometimes when I watch UFC and you see some of these guys, what's his name? Alameda. He's a heavyweight. Sometimes you see these guys that are just ridiculously jacked, and they're probably like 6'4" too, than the heavyweight. And I'm like, why wouldn't you play football? You would kill it at football. Myles Garrett is one of those guys.
Yeah.
He is just ridiculously jacked, and it's a lot like Aaron Donald, because Aaron Donald didn't have a lot of flub to him. He wasn't like fat at all. Like he
was like
taking off his shirt.
250 and was like all muscle.
All muscle, because his workout regimen was just the hardest ever. Jared Verse, I think it was, for the Rams, their new defensive line, tried to go and do it with them, and he said he was like crying afterwards.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, the Myles Garrett's the same way. The way he trains, you see it, the way it comes out on the field. And in this game, 5 tackles, 3 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. I mean, I enjoy it. It sucks because watching the Browns offense, now it's a little more entertaining with Shador, not going to lie. But we'll see how it happens next, how it pans out next week with the real NFL team. But yeah, this it's fun to watch the Browns defense, man. I mean, Denzel Ward's back there. They got they have a rookie linebacker too that's killing it for them. I can't remember his name.
I can't remember his name.
Yeah, no, they've got like one of the best defenses in the league, but their offense is so bad they're 3-8.
Yeah, it's basically like, I mean, however you want to put it.
Carson Schwessinger.
Oh,
That's who it is.
Schwessinger.
Yep.
Denver, Texans, and Cleveland for like top defense right now, and you can just however you want to put it. Cleveland is, like we were just saying, it's mainly Myles Garrett, but they've got some other good guys on there.
Mason Graham too.
What Myles Garrett is doing may never be done again. So, story 5. Let's get into it real quick. The nut shot heard round the world, and now we have a guy getting suspended last week for spitting, and Trayvon Moehrig is hit with a 1-game NFL suspension for hitting Juwan Jennings in the nether region. Juwan doesn't seem like he's going to get anything for socking him in the face. Rightfully so. Some dude hit you in the nuts, you should get a retaliation.
I like Kyle Shanahan's comments on it.
Hit him in the balls. I'm proud of him for not going crazier.
That's awesome. I think that's cool. And it's smart. He waited till the end of the game.
Yeah, he did. He got his retaliation after the fact. But that's going to do it for the NFL. We've got a few things to hit in the NBA. We're going to cover the F1. We're going to hit some UFC. And then we got a daily dose, and we're going to get out of here. So let's move into the NBA.
Right side to Scott. Slam dunk. 4 seconds. 3 seconds left. Why are they not fouling? Jumper Murray. He's on fire. Denver bounce.
Pump fake for 2. Kobe's got the Laker record. 81-point game. Ladies and gentlemen, you have witnessed the second greatest scoring performance in NBA history.
Well, the Nuggets get some unfortunate news as Aaron Gordon is going to miss 4 to 6 weeks with a hamstring. Add that to Christian Brown. They are going to have to gut it out because, as Chad is going to get to here shortly, the Thunder are on a roll. But in the meantime, Jokic is quietly putting up maybe the best season of basketball we've ever seen. Yeah. And we're 3 weeks in, or maybe we're a month.
I think we're 4 weeks in.
Jesus Christ, we're a month in.
Flying by.
Whoa! Needless to say, Jokic
had another triple-double.
I mean, what isn't the man doing? Triple doubles by the third quarter. He's leading the decade in all
top
4
categories,
and it's just like, what isn't this man doing?
Every single game, there's a highlight that is just blowing people's minds.
Well, what was it? 3 nights ago, there was a behind the back pass.
Yep.
Was it last night the Bruce Brown pass that was missed, or was that?
I don't know about the one I'm talking about last night. Is the one where he was like spinning and it kind of did behind the back, but like you could see the Grizzlies bench reaction to it. And
when they're just like, damn.
And then he also hit a half court shot casually.
No big deal. There was the one a few nights ago to Bruce Brown though, where Jokic had 2 defenders on him. He was backing down into the paint, and then like he kind of hit him with like a little shimmy and then threw it behind him to Bruce Brown, and the guys were like, "What the hell? Where did he throw the ball?" Yeah. Bruce Brown would have hit it, probably would have been like one of the highlights of the century, but he missed it. So Aaron Gordon out 4 to 6 weeks, but I don't think it's going to matter, man, because as we move into the second story, the Thunder. I don't know if anyone's going to catch them.
Nope.
It's disgusting.
They do have Wilbon mentioned on PTI. They did have the easiest schedule, and of course the NBA did this because they love the Thunder. But they did have the easiest schedule to start out the season.
Yeah, but they're also missing one of their best players and still just annihilating
everybody
people.
too. Yep.
Yeah, I mean they are winning. They've won 10 in a row. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm looking at Detroit, which we're going to get into here shortly. They've 17-1, 8-0 at home, 9-1 away, 2-1 in the division, 13-1 in the conference. Their differential is 16.9. They are blowing people out.
No mercy. It is the best 18-game start since the 2015-16 Warriors, which broke the Bulls' record, setting the 72. Yep.
Well, they
73.
broke 73. Yeah, 73.
Yep.
And honestly, I think Oklahoma's going to get it. I don't know. I don't really know. I mean, you're looking at a quarter of the way through the season, and they've lost one game.
Yeah.
Of 4 games, that's the pace they're on right now. It's pretty disgusting. But on the other side, man, this one is mind-blowing to me. The Detroit Pistons are just humming along right now. 15-2. They are leading the Eastern Conference. They have gone on a 10-game win streak. And
I thought you said it's 13 on the notes.
Oh, let me see here. Hold
Wins
on
13th in a row.
Oh, maybe on here it says 10. So I don't know what I just said.
Are you looking at
their win streak is 13, but this goes back to 10 games.
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
Yep.
So they've won 13 games in a row, and they have now tied the
the 90 and 04 title teams.
Yes. And they are currently 15-2, which eclipses their win total for the entire 23-24 season.
That's absolutely ridiculous, man. That's just bonkers.
Yeah. And they, in both November 24th games in the last 2 years, they won their 13th game and lost their 13th straight. So they basically, at the same point, they flipped. They went from 13 in a row losing to 13 in a row winning. This has got to be one of the craziest turnarounds in a while.
And they're doing it with nobodies. I mean, all I know on that team is Cade Cunningham. I know there's another guy that they traded for, but I can't remember who it is now. But I mean, they're balling out with pretty much no-name guys.
Yeah, and I'll be surprised if they can hold on to it. We'll see where we're at, halfway through the season. But right now, the Pistons have to be the darling of the NBA season. And it's not like the Thunder where they had 15 number 1 picks. This kind of came out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they've not been doing good. They've gotten some good picks. But what the Thunder have done with trading and just amassing insane amounts of first-round talent, I don't think will ever be done again. But the Pistons, in the midst of that, to basically flip their season around in a year and effectively be, in the same position as the Thunder on the other side of the conference is just insane.
Oh, yeah. And I'm glad. It's nice to see someone of the team other than the Celtics or the Heat or the Cavs up there in the running. It's nice to see a mix-up.
Yeah. And that's the thing. We all get tired of seeing it, but the same teams, I know, unless it's your team. I've been there. Chad's been there. When it's your team, you don't care. Yeah. But you get tired of seeing the same teams up there all the time. So, but let's move into the F1 as there's been a lot going on, and there was a very, very insane weekend that happened at the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Well, I don't think anybody was surprised that Max Verstappen stood atop the podium this weekend, but I think what surprised everybody was the fact that not only did he stand atop it, but both of the McLarens at the end of the day would not be anywhere near it.
Yeah, well, I mean, at the end of the day, they were second, and then
Yeah.
I think
Piastri was fourth.
Fourth,
Yeah.
yep. And then come to find out, they were disqualified because their plank underneath the car had too much wear and tear on it.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, I did see a picture of the Red Bull. I can't remember what turn it was. It was either it was 9 or 19. I can't remember. I just remember a 9. You see the Red Bull car coming into the corner, no sparks.
Mm-hmm.
You see the McLaren car, nothing but sparks. It's on the ground as it comes into
the
that
very
corner.
first turn. The very first turn of the race, Lando kind of blew it because he caught the pole, and it seemed like was dead set on not letting Max win this because instead of just racing his race,
tried to block him.
He tried to block and went way inside, then missed his break, and then so Max is like, okay, I'll just take this right here, goes outside.
Guess I'll win this Grand Prix.
Goes right around him. Lando falls to fifth. And then at the end of the race, he had caught back up to second, but right there at the end of the race, he was starting to have some real problems, and his team told him, just level this out and just coast. And because he had fallen 13 seconds behind.
Yeah, and heading into this race, it was going to take a miracle for Max to have a chance. And lo and behold, he gets a miracle, and without it, it would have pretty much been non-existent for him to have a shot here. But heading into the final races, Max Verstappen has a legitimate chance to win the Drivers' Championship. When 6 weeks ago, it was almost like there's no way.
Oh, yeah.
So, and we were talking about prior, moving into this upcoming race, this if he pulls this off, this has to be one of the greatest runs for the championship. I mean, we're talking Ayrton Senna, I don't even know. It's got to be up there.
You look back in August, I mean, it didn't look like he had a shot at all. And he's this is his 8th podium in a row. He's really figured it out, and he's racing hard too. And that's the thing is, once Max gets hot, we've seen this from 3 or 4 years ago, it's hard to stop it. And there is a sprint race in Qatar coming up this weekend, and that is another chance for them to accumulate more points. And that's just it. It's now with Lando feeling his back, feeling the pressure, that's when he makes mistakes.
Case in point, I don't know if there's been anybody who has had poles or just finished ahead of somebody in the pole and lost it heading into the first corner. He's got to be up there with the most.
It's got to be the most.
Because it's crazy. It's almost like any time he finishes on the pole, he will not win the race because he's going to lose it in the first corner. Other news, though, Ferrari, Hamilton comes out, said this is his worst season ever.
And he's not even looking forward to next season.
Yeah, and then you've got the Ferrari boss coming out again telling him basically, shut up, dude.
Wow.
Just shut up.
Yeah.
And Ferrari is upside down right now. And after, Hamilton coming there last year with Leclerc, everybody kind of thought they were going to be up there in the top 3. Yeah. And, I mean, they still kind of are. But
Mercedes is beating them.
Yeah, and
Kimi finished 4th.
Yeah, that's true. Kimi, which actually, no, he didn't.
He was going to, and then he had that 5 second penalty.
So what did he end up with?
I think it was 5th.
After the disqualification?
Yeah. I'll have to check. Let me see, because
hold on. Yeah, let me see.
I had thought whenever I just rewatched it recently that it said he kept 4th by 0.10.
Oh, no, he got 3rd.
Oh, 3rd.
So here's what it ends up with after the disqualifications. Max Verstappen 1st, George Russell 2nd, Kimi Antonelli 3rd, Leclerc 4th, and Carlos Sainz in the Williams 5th.
That's right, because Kimi got 4th, but with the DQ, he moves up to 3rd.
Yeah. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
But, I mean, even without the DQ, without the 5 second penalty, Kimi probably would have been in 3rd.
Yeah.
But
he started 7th.
Another good race by him. Looking forward to it. So we got Qatar coming up, or Qatar, however you want to say it. That is this weekend, the 28th through the 30th.
Starts at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Yes, tune in the sprint race. It's on Saturday. It's big. This could determine, I mean, a sprint race could be what determines who wins
could be, yeah.
the Drivers' Championship. So,
and to make things simple, if Lando finishes 2 points ahead of Oscar or Max
It's
over
over.
this weekend, then there's no way that they can catch him.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, McLaren has done everything to make Lando win, and yet they have just struggled to make that happen. So we'll see if they can put it together this weekend. But let's get into the UFC, Chad.
Let's get it on!
Yes, and
Yeah.
they were also in Qatar. There was a fight night over the weekend, and we normally don't discuss fight nights, but this one was,
was
pretty
good.
much a
was a banger,
pay-per-view. Yeah,
as
it was
they say.
awesome. Yeah, we had 2 fights that were insane. Bilal Muhammad versus Ian Machado Gary. That one went the distance, unanimous decision. Ian Gary wins it. He's now 17-1, and a lot of people are putting him right there as the number 1 contender to fight Islam Makhachev. But, I mean, that welterweight division, dude, it's unbelievable how many contenders are right there in the top 10, not even just top 5. I mean,
You got Patty Pimlet, who everybody's bitching about his ranking.
that's lightweight.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
is
he's
he
down
in
there
the-
at
oh,
lightweight.
fuck.
Ilya Topuria wants to fight him. But you got Michael
confused.
Morales, you got Shavkat, you got Bilal Muhammad, Usman's wanting another shot, Carlos Prates. I mean, the list goes on. It's a killers of killer in that division. But Ian Machado Gary, he did piece up Bilal Muhammad. He kind of poked him in the eye a couple times. I was really expecting him to get deducted a point in that.
Yeah.
But he's kind of just a point fighter. He doesn't really knock out anybody. His kickboxing is really skilled, so that's why he does come away with the win. But he is calling for a title shot. But I think if Dana's smart, I think he's gonna know that the money's not really there for that one. I think it might be one of these other kickboxers. But in the title fight, this is another one that decides the number 1 contender and who might fight. It might fight Topuria for the title coming up because Arman Sarukian, who is the dark horse that nobody's been wanting to fight, submitted Dan Hooker, the Hangman, in the second round with, it was kind of like a Darce choke, but
It was weird because he kind of like flipped around and like wrapped him into it. So it was like it was a strange Darce choke,
Yeah.
but that's basically what it was.
basically was. And Dan Hooker is a super violent fighter. He had the height on Arman, he had the length on him, but Arman is kind of just like one of those guys where he's fighting out of Armenia, and these Eastern European guys, I mean, dude, he's built like a pit bull, and once he got Dan Hooker down, it was pretty much game over. I mean, you look at his accuracy with his total strikes, 69 out of 89. I mean, he was putting it to Hooker, who just finished with 17 or 41 strikes, and I mean, this was just amazing because everybody's been avoiding Sarukian. Topuria doesn't want to fight him because, I mean, he's... For most casual fans, if you ask them who Arman Sarukian is, they're not going to be able to tell you because he hasn't fought too often. I think he had an injury that took him out for almost like a year and a half, but he is the guy. I mean, he's 23-3 now. He, to me, is the number 1 contender and who Topuria should fight. But Topuria wants Patty Pimlet because that's the money fight.
Yeah, which, I mean, how can you blame him for that? And then the other thing, too, I mean, that knee he landed on Hooker on the left eye.
Yeah.
I mean, that one, I think, was kind of the turning point for the fight because Hooker, I felt like he had a chance, but as soon as he blasted him with that knee, and then you go, like, to the... in between rounds, and you can literally see Sarukian's knee on his eyeball right here. Just like a perfect knee. And I was like, man, he's screwed. There's no way he's going to make it out. Yeah. And then I did see it was an interview after the fact where Dan Hooker kind of concedes the fact. He's like, I'm never going to fight for a belt, but he's like, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to ruin a lot of people's,
That's
you
cool,
know,
man.
like,
Yeah.
and I appreciate that. Like, there is a certain point where you're going to be like, you know what, man, I'm never going to be the top dog, but I can be, you know, it's like, it's
he fights hard, man.
He does.
Yep.
And it was unfortunate to see him lose, especially after I didn't really like the Sarukian headbutt thing. Kind of shitty.
Yeah.
But, you know, it is always weird after those fights where you're like, oh, these guys hate each other. And then they like dap each other up and hug a bunch. And you're like, you headbutted me in the face, dude.
It's all good sports afterwards.
Yes. All's fun in love and war, I guess. But let's get the heck out of here. It is time for the DDOE. long. Oh, this one is a good one. We've been having trouble finding DDOEs. I don't know why. There should be more good things happening in the world that it should be easier to find. But I did just Google heartwarming stories of the week, and this is one that popped up. And a teenager helps a 92-year-old woman from her burning property in the Hunter region. This one's pretty intense. I mean, a 13-year-old boy helps a 92-year-old woman to safety after her home became engulfed by flames in the Hunter region. Luke Mullard said he was at the right place at the right time when he saw smoke billowing from the Thornton home. The teenager says he wants to pursue a career as a first responder now, thanks to his efforts helping save this woman. He basically says he was on his way home from school when he heard a bang and saw a big cloud of smoke. I jumped off the bus and ran down and saw this elderly woman, he said. Roma Wilson's house and a van parked in the driveway went up in flames on November 13th. Thick black smoke was billowing from the property in Thornton when Mr. Muller arrived on scene and called 000. Which, we're not anywhere in America if that's what the emergency line
Definitely
is.
Definitely not.
She kept on yelling for help, and no one could actually hear her because of the explosions, and you couldn't see her. When I found her, she yelled out, "Thank you so much." The teenager assisted her from the yard to an air-conditioned car until emergency crews arrived. And here's a nice picture of her. Roma Wilson right there. She was watching TV when she heard a noise and thought someone was at the front door. She started to worry and smell smoke, and the front of the house felt hot. When she opened the door of the garage, it was oozing smoke. Basically, Backdraft. I don't know if you remember that movie. Backdraft.
Never heard of it.
That was a good one in the early 90s about firefighters.
Nice.
Basically, what happens when there's fire in a room and you open the door, the rush of oxygen makes an explosion.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's what a backdraft
That makes sense.
is.
Yep.
So that's basically what happened. She opened the door. Backdraft happened. Thank the Lord that a young 13-year-old Luke Mullard was there to save
hero.
her life.
Yep.
Can you imagine that? Getting off school and then having to run into a burning building.
Pretty cool that
save a lady.
inspired him, and maybe he wants to be a first responder. So we need more of those. They're the unsung heroes.
I mean, I'll give anybody kudos when your job is like the worst moments of people's lives. Like you go to work and you're like, today, if it's a good day, I don't see somebody experience the worst moment of their life. If it's a bad day, I might say 3 or 4 like worst moments of people's lives. So anybody who is in the first responders, we thank you greatly. It's a thankless job that deserves way more pay than you guys get. I mean, along with teachers and things like that, probably need to be up there paid along the lines of, sports stars, but unfortunately that's not the world we live in. So anybody who is willing to go out there and do a thankless job like that, we tip a proverbial hat to you, and we must be getting out of here now. So Luke Mullard, you are the DDOE.
Yes. Thank you for your heroism.
Yes, thank you for your heroism. We are going to get out of here. We appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. Anytime you get the chance, please make sure, like, share, subscribe, and follow. Tell a friend, be a friend. By all means, spread the love.
Yeah,
Get involved.
Everybody enjoy your Thanksgiving and eat that turducken.
Yes, eat a turducken or that weird thing they have with the octopus. Have you seen that one? It's crazy.
Yeah,
They stuff an octopus in there. It's like that.
Nasty.
But anyways,
Enjoy
we
your
love
time
you
with your
guys.
family. Hug
Yes.
your loved ones.
Hug somebody you love. Chad, I love you, buddy.
Love you, buddy.
Toodaloo.
We'll see you next week.